Been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully, you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams is to simply hit the like button. So make sure you hit that thing. Hey, do y'all like pistachios? This has to be one of my favorite snacks right here. I don't know if y'all eat. Do y'all eat pistachios? This is probably not good for me or nothing, man. 160 calories. 400 calories per container. All right, so I really like pistachios, man. Pause. You know what I mean? I have to say pause because anytime a man start talking about nuts, people will start going a little wild, bro. And I ain't got no time for it. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank y'all so much for pulling up with a brother, pulling up with your boy, being a part of what we got going on. Shout out to Tree Beard for helping me out, which is the dude is very dope. The dude is very dope. And shout out to all of my blues. Let's see who's up in the building. Natty's Take on the World was the very first moderator to pull up. I appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much for everything. And shout out to Sergeant Sweet Tea, who was the very first person inside the chat. He's just not a moderator. To all my mods, what's up, Shane? Shane was first yesterday. Lisa Marie is up in the building. Shoemaker, Sweet Angel, Angel. Yeah, we got a crew building, man. We got a crew building. And Courtney missed yesterday, but she did pull up for the after party. She pulled up for the after party. What's up, WTF for real? Shout out to WTF. Please let me know where you're watching me this morning. If you're watching in the car, if you're watching from home, on the television or on your phone, that's important. I'm really trying to figure out exactly what people are watching so I can know how to serve you best. Also, if you can do me a favor at the end of this live stream, give me some pointers, some things that you enjoyed, some things that you thought could have been done better, because we're trying to create this show so it can be better for you. All right. This is the Morning Vantage. We are at episode 21. Get out of here, bro. I'm excited, obviously. We got Illinois in the building, Cookeville, Tennessee. We got Aiken, South Carolina. Who else we got? East Tennessee. We got 2 up in South Carolina already. Sheesh. Yeah. I didn't know we had that many people. We got Illinois up in the building, North Carolina. Yeah. That killed my mic. Is my mic back? Is my mic back? He said, Lisa Marie, I'm always doing something. Is my mic back? We got Fairfield, Texas. Richmond, VA. Yeah, my mic is back. Okay, cool. My mic sound nice. Check 1. My mic sound nice. Check 2. Are you ready? That's salt and pepper, by the way. I did not make that up. That is salt and pepper. We got a lot to talk about. Guys. But do me a favor, hit that like button. The Diddy trials has started. Apparently, they're not letting anybody in the building. They're letting reporters in the building, but you cannot bring any cameras in, no microphones, no nothing. The only thing that they can do is you can get some sketches. They got sketches of the trial. That's it. Extremely antiquated, and they're trying to fight it to see if they can do something to so we can get some eyes inside of the court. But apparently, this brother is looking rough because they won't allow any hair dyeing products into the jail system. So the brother is gray everywhere. Top of his hair is super gray. His whole facial hair is gray. No black hair nowhere. Just gray Diddy. Gray hair, Diddy. And shout out to Letitia James. Congratulations to Letitia James for getting her own statue in the middle of Times Square. Oh my gracious. They are really celebrating Letitia James, aka Respucia Lattimore. Shout out to Thailand, bro. We got people in Thailand up in this joint. We got folk, Jocelyn Carter. I got to shout out Jocelyn Carter specifically. Shout out to Jocelyn Carter, who is from Laurel, Maryland. Van, I said the same thing about the Letitia James. Letitia James got her own statue, bruh. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Wait, we got Vegas up in here, Vegas, Nevada. Yes, that's Letitia James. And if anybody tell you different, they lying. You heard it here first. That's Letitia James. Look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail not gonna lie to you. Go look at my thumbnail. Whose face is that? Exactly. Letitia James. Oh my gracious. Hey, Brent Ash, man. I see you with the bars, bro. I see you with the bars. They got bars in South Carolina. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. The very first thing I want to talk about. Hold on, guys. Hold on one second. Let me blow my nose. I apologize. Sorry about that. I got to blow my nose. Okay, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm good now. Okay, I'm straight. All right, let's go and jump into it. The very first thing that I want to talk to y'all about is this statue in Times Square. All right, so what the hell are we thinking, man? What? I don't understand who in the hell started this whole woke phase of, okay, let me not do the whole woke thing, because there was a big argument inside of our private chat yesterday about the woke phase, about wokeness and all that other stuff. And I ain't trying to take it there. But check this out, man. So Times Square has put up a new statue that some people absolutely love. Check this out. Letitia James got her own statue. Baby. Biggest Smalls in the building. Huh. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Letitia James on my wall. Every Saturday, back Mr. Magic Molly Mall. Yeah, man. So they got this joint in Times Square. Don't know what the hell this is about. I don't get it. Is it body positivity? Exactly. Who is this lady? We're making fun. We're saying that this Letitia James, but we actually don't know who it is. I want to know who this is behind, bro. Like, I don't know if this is about Letitia James. I don't know if this is one of her nieces. This is probably her sister, long lost dog. I don't know. It's somebody that's near and dear to Letitia James. You know what I mean? She got a nice little mom bod and everything. She, you know what I mean? I'm a little big girl, but you know what I mean? She's nice nonetheless. I ain't talking about her features or anything. I just want to know what this means. The left wants to destroy all that is beautiful because they are so ugly. I want to know what this means, to be honest with you. I'm dead serious, because we got George Floyd joint in Minnesota. We got this, people are calling it the Shaniqua Times Square. I just need to know exactly what it is, because I'm sure somebody on the left is giving out some really good information on this, because usually they show up and represent their set, but they're not this time. Please, somebody, anyone, let me know who this is supposed to be. Who is this supposed to be, bruh? Like, I don't get it, man. Is this supposed to be Michelle Obama? Who is this supposed to be? Is this Whoopi? Is this Whoopi Goldberg's niece? Huh? Who is this lady, bruh? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Somebody said that's a skinny Letitia James. Wow. Either way, we want to know exactly who it is, why it's inspired. exactly. Let me see if I can pull up an article on this right quick, because this is very important to me that we get down to the bottom of this. I mean, sheesh. Let me see. New statue in Times Square. Let's see what this is all about. And good morning, everyone. If you have not given God all praise, glory, and honor for his grace and his mercy yet, please make sure you do just that. I'm going to need y'all to do that, okay? That's what I'm going to need y'all to do. It's high time that we start giving God praise, man. We don't know the day nor hour that God is going to take us, or and I need for y'all to acknowledge the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me. My soul cries out, hallelujah, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for saving me. Y'all need to thank God for saving you as well. All right. So we got this article that I'm about to pull up just to show you exactly what's going on with this Times Square thing, because we want answers, god dang it. We want answers, and we deserve answers. Don't you agree? Don't you agree that we deserve answers? I think we deserve answers. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. We just now got a super chat. Let me pull this bad boy up. Wheezy, thank you so much for the super chat, Wheezy. I really appreciate it. Good morning, Coach. Just wanted to let you know is that we all missed you yesterday morning. Yesterday morning? Nuh-uh. I was with you yesterday morning, Wheezy. You don't remember? I actually pulled up yesterday morning. But I did see your message afterwards, where you was congratulating Gravy and JoJo, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Someone sneaking into the middle of Times Square. Someone snuck it into the middle. So I don't know what that's all about, but here we go. There's some information on it.
Democrats have been on a statue jihad since the summer of love. Christopher Columbus, Teddy Roosevelt, George Washington, even Honest Abe, even Frederick Douglass all got torn down. Statues are important. They tell the American story. But the left wants to desecrate and forget our heroes and erect their own statues. In Times Square, a giant statue of a black woman just went up. And when I heard about the statue, I was open-minded. American heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Who is the—
Wow, why they write DEI statue? Who wrote that? Who in your production room wrote DEI statue? Y'all love starting sugar honey iced tea. What do y'all think about the term DEI, giant DEI statue? Are you triggered by it saying DEI statue? Huh? Y'all let me know in the comments. I was just messing with you, Weezy. I know what you meant. I was just picking on you. And thank you again for the super chat. Yeah, they said DEI statue. I thought that was funny.
Woman? What did she do to get a statue? A nice one, too. Nothing. This isn't a real person. It's a DEI statue. The sculptor says she's a fictional character who's meant to contrast the statues of white men in Times Square, like Father Duffy, a World War I hero who actually accomplished something. The artist calls this fake lady a modern-day David. The contrapposto pose of her body and the ease of her stance is a subtle nod to Michelangelo's David. David was a celebration of the human form. Not sure what this statue is celebrating. If you were going to put up a fake statue, why not make her happy and healthy? Not slap a big scowl on her face and her hands on her hips. This is what they want us to aspire to be? If you work hard, you can be overweight and anonymous? They don't like real statues because it reminds them of our society's merit-based system. They want a society based on equity, where achievement isn't celebrated, equal outcomes are. So they celebrate mediocrity instead of triumph. Our nation has hundreds of statues honoring Black Americans, as we should. Harriet Tubman, Duke Ellington, Jackie Robinson, Rosa Parks. We could go on and on and on. But they've built a statue in Times Square. They could have done it for Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or Oprah Winfrey. Usually you have to earn a statue. I'd give one to Jalen Brunson. He's carrying the Knicks on his back. Anyone but a fake lady. So what does New York think about the DEI statue?
Do you know who this woman is?
No.
I have no idea, no.
Nope.
I have no idea. No.
No, I do not.
Do you have any idea of maybe something that she accomplished that got her a statue?
Something with equal rights? I don't know.
Something to do with like the Black community.
Part of the BLM movement? What if I told you she accomplished nothing?
Really?
It's supposed to embody everybody. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I think I feel totally represented by that.
You do?
No.
I feel like it's a good representation for New York, especially because it's towards the BBW women and a lot
I'm
of
sorry,
people,
what's BBW?
big black, like the big black women.
What do you think about her pose? Is that a good pose?
No, I don't think she's happy to be here.
People are comparing it to Michelangelo's David. How do you think it stacks up?
She's wearing more clothes.
She's not naked. No.
Would it be better if she were?
That's a tough question.
Who do you think she voted for?
I would say Trump.
I think she voted for Trump.
Probably Kamala.
Why do you think that?
Black Lives Matter.
Probably didn't vote
Why?
because she's stuck here the whole day. She couldn't get to the polls.
How does she make you feel?
Like a baddie.
What a beautiful piece standing in the middle of Times Square. What a beautiful time.
People are ridiculous. Let me tell you something. People are ridiculous. Why are they playing along? Why are they saying this? It's a beautiful, it represents black people. It represents BBWs. It represents body positivity. It represents what? I love when the guy said that she probably didn't vote. She was stuck here in Times Square, couldn't make it to the polls. Oh my gracious. Let me tell you something. Believe it or not, I believe something like this could save us. I'm dead serious. This statue could save us, man. Like it could give us something to make fun of, not take, because I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, we need something that we can make fun of together, something that we can have fun together with. You know what I mean? Who placed this here? Who randomly placed the statue of Letitia James, little cousin, in the middle of Times Square in New York? They're trying to break the monotony. It's so much going on with race relations and race situations and stuff. Shiloh Hendricks with the little boy at the park saying the N-word, and now and Carmelo Anthony unaliving Austin Metcalf, and everybody taking arms with their side. I support the blacks. I support the whites. And now you have Ryan Hutchins, who ran over the police for killing his son, Ronald Hutchins. And he actually ran over the wrong police. And now people are trying to take his side over the police. It's just so much. This random statue could potentially save our country. We need to say thank you to Letitia James. Thank you, Miss Letitia James. We appreciate you, Letitia Disher.
Jimmy Fail is the host of Fox News Saturday Night.
There it is.
Have you checked this statue out?
I have watched it. It is not quite Michelangelo's David. It's more like Michelangelo's Lizzo, if we're going to be honest. And when I say Michelangelo,
wow, this brother said it's more like Michelangelo's Lizzo. Somebody said the Aunt Jemima would have looked better, which I'll appreciated it more with or without clothes. I am so appreciative that they put clothes on her. Not only did they put clothes on this statue, but they put body appropriate clothes on this statue. They didn't make her no hoochie mama. They didn't put her in no slip. You know, this little slips like your grandmothers used to wear when they was trying to turn on granddaddy. I know you smell these greens on the stove, Big Papa. Yeah, after you eat them and you eat this mashed potatoes and this liver that I cook for you, baby. I'm going to slide up out the slip and I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to show you how we made our last 18 babies. I'm thankful that they did not put this daggone statue up there, 12-foot body positivity statue of Letitia James with no drawers on. That would have ruined my lunch. It would have ruined my weekend. It would have ruined my 2025. The rest of my year would have been ruined. It probably would make somebody's day. Some pervert is probably going to go up to that statue and hump her leg or something. Because we got some weird ones around the daggone nation. And y'all know we do. Y'all know we do. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. We just started off with that. Just to keep it a buck, I just wanted to just start it off with something fun because y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. We've been having a couple of stressful days. People are talking about race wars and all this other stuff. And bro, I'm like, man, sit down with that. Sit down with that, bro. Like, people want there to be turmoil and confusion and violence and all this other stuff. And all I want is for us to get back to, start doing what Americans do and make fun of other countries. That's what we do best. Let's do that. Let's crush other countries and make fun of them and point our fingers at them. And then occasionally go visit their country and stay there for a weekend or a week and just live lavishly for a week in the best part of their countries. And then we come right back to the best country in the world. Doesn't that sound nice? That's a luxury that we all have as Americans, bro. You know what I mean? That's the loveliness, the beautification of the situation. Don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the Diddy trial has started. And there's one channel that I checked out that I want y'all to check out too. And I'm not in no way, shape, or form trying to advertise this guy's channel, but I want to point out this channel right here. His name is Roland Martin, right? So I checked out Roland Martin's video of the Diddy trial, and I want y'all to hear what he says in the beginning, and then I want to show y'all something right after this. Just check this out. All he did the entire show, he had two guests. Just to give you some context, he had two guests on this show, a black lady that's professor at a black university, and a black man who's also a professor at a black university. He got some black people up on his panel. But what happened was, he's talking about the Diddy trial. And the whole time he's talking about the Diddy trial, he was like, well, before we talk about it, let me just go ahead and remind you that he has been a business mogul, a music mogul of the last 25 years, very instrumental in this, that, and the other, very positive. He's responsible for many people's careers, helping them make a lot of money. He's pointing out all of these positives, not even concerned himself with the fact that this man is responsible for assaulting many women, and a few of them being underage. And the Diddy list has come out much faster than the Jeffrey list. Okay? All right. Then the lady goes on and she says, I don't care about this. I want there to be justice. If he is responsible for this, I want there to be justice. But then she said, I got bigger things to worry about with the Trump administration. You know, he have nothing but super Democrats on his channel. So she was like, I don't care about Diddy. I hope that he get whatever he gets. And the black man on the channel with locks and super blackity black, this dude said, you know what? I'm hearing that a lot of people that he messed with were underage. And because of that, I think we need to focus on that. We need to focus on black culture. We need to focus on hip hop culture. The fact that in our music, we brag about dating younger girls. We brag about all these different things, girls not having pubic hairs, and bruh, a lot. The dude was like, man, I think he need to get whatever is coming to him. And then Roland Martin took that opportunity and said, but what about the white men that got away from this? There's a couple of white men, some white men that did the same thing, that they're not torturing, they're not locking up. What about the white men? What about the old white men that got away with this? How come they're doing this to Diddy? I'm going to tell you why. They're doing it to Diddy because he's black. So this entire thing, it just got on my nerves, man. So if you ever get a moment to go and watch this video right here, Diddy on trial, a reckoning and indictment for the hip hop industry. All he did, man, all he did was cape for the black man and try to throw it on the white man. He didn't want Diddy to take any accountability whatsoever in this video, man. None. And I'm be careful not to play too much of his video, but this is how it starts off.
Folks, in New York City, the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs has officially begun. That's right. Remember, he was indicted last year on a significant number of charges, including racketeering, sex trafficking, transporting individuals for prostitution. Judge Ann Subramarian and the prosecution and the defense all, of course, made it clear during jury selection today what the stakes were. It was again, a huge day. There were a couple of times that Diddy actually turned down a plea bargain from prosecutors as recently as Friday. 150 potential jurors were questioned to determine their qualification to serve. 4 accusers, including R&B singer Cassie Ventura, are expected to testify. Cassie has stated that she will use her real name in court. Sean Combs maintains that all sexual encounters were consensual. His legal team argues that he is the target of unfair prosecution and racial bias. Opening statements are scheduled for next week, and the trial is expected to last at least 8 weeks. If convicted, Diddy could face life in prison. I want to go to my panel, Dr. Julian Malvo,
All right, so Diddy could face life in prison for the things that he's done. All right. And apparently this is a big deal. They are back in the courts. They're not allowing any cameras, any microphones, nothing into the courtrooms. But they are allowing people to do sketches. So if you can go in there and blink a couple of times, and don't be trying to sneak in there with your Meta glasses, you know what I mean, your Facebook glasses, the joints that if you push a button, they just start recording. They will punch you in the face, tackle you to the ground, and make sure that you make sure that they put some cuffs on you if you try to sneak up in that bad boy with your own little camera glasses, not little camera glasses, acting like you slick, trying to be slick. But this guy was not able to sneak any type of hair dye or anything like that in there. But I want y'all to do me a favor. After this, well, later on today, not right now, but later on today, I'm gonna need for y'all to go check out this show right here. I want to see if y'all have the same takeaway from this show that I had, because I was able to listen to him as I went to go move. Yesterday, I had to go move my daughter out of college, out of her dorm. She just now finished her sophomore year. She's officially a junior as an engineering student. I'm super proud of her. But while I'm driving for 3.5 hours, I needed some stuff to listen to. I mean, I already was listening to a book and a couple of other things, but I wanted to listen to him objectively without stopping the video, without giving my own commentary. I wanted to hear him out and see if he was going, because I still am entertained by his shows. I'm just going to let you know that. I'm just not educated in no way, because it's like once you get to a certain position, you, instead of giving out objective commentary over different stories, you pick a side and you only want to protect your side. And I get it. Swollen Martin, he wants to protect how the black man is looked at in America. Well, I just want Roland Martin to know Diddy don't represent black men. He don't. Hip hop culture does not represent black men. It doesn't. But the stuff that Diddy is involved in, these are serious allegations. These are serious. Like, even if him and his girlfriend Cassie at the time, and when we saw that video in the hotel where she was trying to get away from him and get in the elevator and go about her business, we don't know what happened. We don't know what transpired. But what we seen was Diddy chase her down, Diddy drag her to the ground, him kicking her, him punching her, him throwing stuff at her, him dragging her back to the room for trying to sneak out while she's kicking and screaming the entire time. They did not know that there was going to be any type of footage inside of the hotel while they was doing that. And all of you have seen it. With that video alone, bro, and him having to pay her $30 million after the fact, and she's going to be on the stands as a witness, all of this is going down, but they're not allowing anybody in that bad boy to witness it at all. I want to know what y'all think about this whole situation. Here is a couple of shots as to what's going on in this case. All right, so apparently the lists have come out. Let me see here. Hold on one second. This is not it right here. I have another. Do I have another window? I have another window open with this stuff. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Yeah, I don't know why Diddy is in the shower talking about. Hold on one second. You see? Let me see one second. The Diddy trial. All right. So apparently they started naming people who are on the list. Michael B. Jordan was the very first person they named. They're talking about Meek Mill is on the list. Miguel, Bieber, Prince Harry, Kamala, Stacey Abrams, Maxine Waters is on the list. And just so y'all know, just because you're on a list and you went to one of his parties, do not make you no freak. It do not make you guilty of grape or guilty of any of those things. But what it does is implicate certain people, certain individuals who decide to hang around and do some nasty things with the Diddy oils and whatnot. But apparently some big names are on the list, and Michael Myers and Michael B. Jordan were the first two big celebrities named at the Diddy's trial. Their names were read out to potential jurors from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. The juror, a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. And Judge Subramanian said that the list of people and places runs several pages and felt like an appendix from Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he ruled that jurors would be given the list to review before they are brought into court and questioned one by one before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. So they're in the middle of right now trying to pick out the jurors, trying to see who's familiar with the story, who's familiar with Diddy, who knows anything about this, and all them things. So they're working on it, bro. I'm just hoping that, honestly, none of this means anything to me, but all of this is about to play out publicly, and I hope justice is served. That's it. I hope they don't give him any extra that he don't deserve, and I hope that he definitely get what he does deserve, because women and children were victims in this, and some men were victims as well. Some men were victims as well. So yeah, man, a lot has been going on with this. And also, so there's also a guy who said that let me see here. There was also a guy who came out and said that he was his security guard, but not only that, he was a sex slave of Diddy's. And he actually was paid $5 million from Diddy and signed a non-disclosure as well. Yeah. So a lot of these, man, it's just a lot going on, bro. And I know y'all like, man, this is so it may seem like I'm all over the place, and I am. It's because I'm not super locked in with this story, because whenever it comes to salacious rumor mill type of stories, I'm not on it. I'll be honest with you, I'm just not on it. I see things here and there that talk about it. Stephen A. talking about it, Swollen Martin talking about it, news platforms talking about it, Pierce Morgan talking about it. But other than that, I'm not locked in, bro. because it's rumor mill stuff, and usually men don't really pay too much attention to rumor mill stuff. So yeah, what y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. All right, and again, man, thank y'all so much for pulling up this morning. We are gonna have a ball, baby. Yeah. All right, so to start this bad boy off, I'm gonna let y'all know what's on the menu for the day. So, and shout out to Treebeard for helping me out with this bad boy. We're going to talk about Victor Davidson Hansen, who proves polls against Trump are rigged. Apparently, that's the case. Officers responsible for the death of Tyre Nichols was acquitted. That's important as well, because a lot of people think that the only cops that get away with anything in this country are white. That is not the case, Jack. That is not the case at all. So and we're just here to dispel some mistruths, just to let y'all know what's going on, man. And we're going to talk about hold on one second. Dr. Casey memes. We're going to talk about Scott Jennings sitting on a panel of CNN where he was cooking. They was trying to compare the transgender fighting in the military to black people fighting in the military. Oh, so if Trump could get rid of the transgenders, then what's next? The black people. Come on, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same. Thank you so much for the super chat, Tijuana border jumper. Dance party with Bay on Beyonce. dance party with Beyonce. Yeah. All right, so let me show y'all what I got so far, guys. And make sure y'all hit the like button. The very first thing we're going to cover is, hold on, where we at? Y'all like, Van, get it together, brother. Get it together, Van. I'm trying. Trust me, I am. I really am trying. All right. We got this joint right here with Dr. Casey Means. I want to introduce y'all to her. Apparently, she's a big deal, and she's just being introduced to the world because she is exposing the health industry in woke medical schools. I want y'all to see this. A lot of people are denying the fact that these cases are real, but it's time for us all to wake up, man, for real. Shout out to Dr. Casey Means. She's a white woman. So you start to see people they're going to start going at her. Here she is right here, just in case you don't know who she is, guys. Let's go.
So more than a health epidemic, which is what we have in this country, I mean, health is getting destroyed in the United States, which you don't really talk about because it's not profitable to heal in this country. It's profitable to keep people sick and then drug them, cut them, and bill them, which is what we learn how to do. And really what we have here is a disconnection crisis. And the healthcare crisis is one branch of that tree. We're disconnecting the body into 100 separate parts and not seeing as a unified system. And we're disconnecting the body from the environmental conversation, which actually we're really one and the same. You know, we are totally connected to nature, and in destroying nature through the pesticides and the way we're treating animals, our health is a reflection of what we're doing to the earth.
Yep. So she was on Bill Maher, and what she just now said was absolutely the truth. We're paying attention to all of the wrong things. They are trying to they benefit off of us more when they keep us sick. I'm certain, at least I wish and I pray that they come up with some type of solution for cancer. I want them to be able to heal cancer. Unfortunately, it's far more beneficial. We're far more beneficial to them sick and dying, because that's how they make their money. If cancer was cured, how could they make their money? I don't give a damn how they make their money. I think our nation would benefit more if we knew that that we can be healed from illnesses and sicknesses like cancer and so many other sicknesses. But unfortunately, it pays to be sick. It pays to be sick. Ever since when we are first born, bro, it's so much money that they count on making from each human being that received that toe tag, that that social security number for the rest of your life, from the beginning of your life, bringing you into this world. We're going to make a lot of money throughout the course of your life with mandated vaccines that you have to take in order to go to schools. You know, as a child, you got to show proof that your child has this vaccine and that. Every time we got to go back to the doctor for anything. Like it's crazy, man. It's absolutely nuts. She said that they get paid more when we're cut. They to cut us, to examine us, to medicate us, and to just send us back home with the same illnesses, so that we have to pay for the prescription drugs. We got to pay for. We got to pay for any type of extensive care. And then you already know that when it's time for us to get up out of here, same thing. It's a whole lot of money to get up out of here too. Like funerals are a lot of money, and all they're doing is putting us in the ground or burning us up. And then what are they doing with our organs? So it's like so much that they're going to gain from each human being from the beginning to the end. It's like a cattle farm, bro. Ever since we're born, it's like we're cattle. They don't, it's unfortunate. And if you can tell me something other than what I'm thinking right now, because I don't want to think negatively about the people who are supposed to be saving our lives. God bless these doctors and nurses with their hands and minds to take care of us. So I don't want to think negatively of them. I'm talking about the system as a whole, which benefits a lot off of keeping us sick. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's really sad how our government has allowed the food sources to create patients for big pharma. It's extremely unfortunate, but that's the case. That's the case. No food that we eat now is the same as it was 30 years ago. No fruit and vegetable that we eat now is the same as it was 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Like everything is just, it's not moving in the right direction. I'm not optimistic about certain things. For the most part, life altogether, I'm optimistic. But yeah, when it comes to how they treat us and what they put in our foods and fruits, and nah, bro. How are y'all? Are y'all optimistic about it? Because I know some people who are in their 60s where all they did to get their health back together is stop eating anything white. I used to work with this lady by the name of Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy, she drove a really big truck onto the installation for Department of Defense, and that's how I remember. She drove a huge burgundy truck, a huge truck. Ever since I remember seeing her working up there. And something that she did when she got sick one time is she stopped eating anything white, and her health did a 180. Like she just started looking better, moving more, being more involved. Like she slimmed down like 30 pounds by removing everything white from her diet. All right. So I'm just saying, in case you don't already know about that, take that with you. Some of y'all are already hip to it, but take that with you. All things white, bread, sugar, flour, everything. Remove that from your diet and see what happens. We actually have someone inside of our coaching course who's doing that too, and she looks great. She's in her 60s and she looks phenomenal. And she's always happy, and this is a lifestyle for her, and this is something that she teaches to other people. So kudos to her, man. Anybody who goes above and beyond to make sure other people are taken care of, I'm with it. I'm with it. So here's Dr. Casey Means exposing the health industry and woke medical schools for 6 minutes straight. We're not going to play the whole 6 minutes, but I just want y'all to know who this lady is, because apparently she is on to something good, and hopefully it's not all rhetoric. Hopefully it's some action that comes behind this as well. Is it going to hurt us? Possibly. Maybe some payments might be jacked up, or you know, when you start to impact the medical field or big pharma, there's going to be some backlash at first. But overall, we need this, man. The stuff that they're putting in our foods and our drinks and in our medicines and everything is just absolutely ridiculous, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Check this out.
You would think that the American healthcare system and our government agencies would be clamoring to fix metabolic health and reduce American suffering and costs, but they're not. They are deafeningly silent about metabolic dysfunction and its known causes. It's not an overstatement to say that I learned virtually nothing at Stanford Medical School about the tens of thousands of scientific papers that elucidate these root causes of why American health is plummeting and how environmental factors are causing it. For instance, in medical school, I did not learn that for each additional serving of ultra-processed food we eat, early mortality increases by 18%. This now makes up 67% of the foods our kids are eating. I took 0 nutrition courses in medical school. I didn't learn that 82% of independently funded studies show harm from processed food, while 93% of industry-sponsored studies reflect no harm. In medical school, I didn't learn that 95% of the people who created the recent USDA food guidelines for America had significant conflicts of interest with the food industry. I did not learn that 1 billion pounds of synthetic pesticides are being sprayed on our food every single year. 99% of the farmland in the United States is sprayed with synthetic pesticides, many from China and Germany. And these invisible, tasteless chemicals are strongly linked to autism, ADHD, sex hormone disruption, thyroid disease, sperm dysfunction, Alzheimer's, dementia, birth defects, cancer, obesity, liver dysfunction, female infertility, and more.
Do y'all hear that? All coming from the pesticides that are sprayed on our foods, bro. People are being sicker mentally. Look at all the mental illnesses that people are having. Think about that. Like, just abruptly. You think that this is just the times? No, it's just not. It's not a sign of the times. It's something that's inducing this. And she is trying to help us understand what's inducing this. But there will be some people who's going to be like, nah, nothing that she's saying is true. What they're putting inside of our foods is not anything bad. You have nothing to worry about. These people are just conspiracy theorists. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not scientists. She's a doctor. She's giving us information based off of her own studies and knowledge. She knows what's going on. And I love the fact that she's putting her life on the line, because guess what? Whenever you negatively impact the funds or the wallet of Big Pharma, you become a target. So she's laying her life on the line to give you this information.
All by hurting our metabolic health. I did not learn that the 8 billion tons of plastic that have been produced just in the last 100 years, plastic was only invented about 100 years ago, are being broken down into microplastics that are now filling our food, our water, and we are now even inhaling them in our air. And that very recent research from just the past couple of months tells us that now about 0.5% of our brains by weight are now plastic. I didn't learn that there are more than 80,000 toxins that have entered our food, water, air, and homes by industry, many of which are banned in Europe. And they are known to alter our gene expression, alter our microbiome composition and the lining of our gut, and disrupt our hormones. I didn't learn that heavy metals like aluminum and lead are present in our food, our baby formula, personal care products, our soil, and many of the mandated medications like vaccines, and that these metals are neurotoxic and inflammatory.
There are some people who will listen to her and say everything she's saying is a lie. I'm not going to listen to her. Whenever you hear a whistleblower, take notes. At least document her saying this. Go and do your own research. Take this information, and I want you to go and do your own research after hearing it, and then you come back to the table with something to say. That's what I want us all to do. Even what she's saying right now, let this be the beginning. If you don't already have this information, a lot of you do already have this information, but if you don't, and this is your very first time hearing it, let this be the beginning of your journey down this rabbit hole for your own personal health. Because I'm assuming that it's not just you that you care about. You probably have a family. You probably have friends. You probably have, coworkers that you care about or business partners that you care about. You probably have people that you see on a daily basis out in the community. You know what I mean? That you love seeing. Like there's people outside that work at stores or out in the streets that's, probably asking for money, got signs and whatnot that you see on a daily basis that you give a fist bump to or a friendly face that you speak to, you ask, how's their day? This is about more than just us. So when we hear this stuff, don't just take it at face value. I want you to go and take this information and do your own due diligence. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you an easy way to do it. An easy way to do it will be to copy the link of this video, and it's actually on my X page. Copy the link of this video of Dr. Casey Means speaking and giving this information, and I want you to paste the link inside of Grok and tell Grok to break this down and give me fact check this in real time. What is she saying that's false? What is she saying that's factual? And what publications, like what researched publications are out here that I can review that can show me exactly why she's being truthful or why she's lying or why she's being misleading. You'll receive all that information. This is another way to use AI to help you out in your research. Like take this and you go do your own due diligence. If she's lying, boom, she's lying. Now you got to figure out what is her agenda. Why is she lying about this? What's the point of her trying to send us over the rails with worry and concern with fake and false information? Why would she do that? But if she's giving us that honest information, then we got to ask ourselves, how come our government has been lying to us for all this time? How come? Who's responsible? Because nobody want to take responsibility for people being sick. I mean, physically or mentally. The government don't want to take responsibility for that. No one does. So I'm glad that she's putting this information out here. Guys, if you haven't liked this video yet, please hit the like button because that's how we push this bad boy.
I didn't learn that the average American walks a paltry 3,500 steps per day, even though we know, based on science and top journals, that simply walking 7,000 steps a day slashes by 40 to 60% our risk of Alzheimer's, dementia, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and obesity. I certainly did not learn that medical error and medications are the third leading cause of death in the United States. I didn't learn
medication. Bruh, do y'all hear that? Medication is the third leading cause of death in the United. Medication, something that's created to keep us well, something that's worked on by the smartest and brightest of us to give us longer life. What? Are you kidding me? This is nuts. This is nuts. It's like, Van, y'all probably like, Van, calm down. This is not even true information. Van, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. Van, calm down. No, I'm not going to calm down. I'm going to take this and do exactly what I asked y'all to do. And I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Are the third leading cause of death in the United States. I didn't learn that just 5 nights of sleep deprivation can induce full-blown prediabetes. I learned nothing about sleep. And we're getting about 20% less sleep on average than we were 100 years ago. I didn't learn that American children are getting less time outdoors now than a maximum security prisoner. And on average, adults spend 93% of their time indoors, even though we know from the science that separation from sunlight destroys our circadian biology, and circadian biology dictates our cellular biology.
Now, just to touch on what she just now said, sleep deprivation, a lack of sleep. If you go 5 days straight with a lack of sleep, you can get diabetes. This lady is saying that, son, we need to spend more time outside in the sun. They're saying children nowadays are spending less time outside than prisoners do in the yard when they're allowed an hour outside a day. All because of the technology, all because we just allowing smartphones to raise our children. We're allowing iPads to raise our children. The parents are lazy and don't want to go outside, so they just let their kids get in front of a tube and just get entertained. I mean, think about this, guys. Find a nutritionist that does muscle response testing and treats with supplements. I almost died from liver failure. And after seeing Dr. Foley in Nashville, I am still here 8 years later. Shout out to Dr. Foley. Shout out to Dr. Foley. And thank you so much for the super chat and the information. I appreciate you, KP. Also, Martha Turchi, I appreciate you for pulling up and letting us know that, this is a big deal. It's really sad how our government has allowed the food sources to create patience for big pharma. Yeah, of course. We got to create patience. They got all these hospitals. They need people to be up in there. Like, yeah, we need to get them sick and see how it goes. And then we're going to test them. We're going to run a couple of tests. Let's start it in China. Let's use some bats and test it on them first. Oh man, it accidentally got into America. How did that happen? How did that possibly happen? Come on, bro. We are some lab rats, man. And we walking around here thinking that we're so important. We're walking around here thinking that we are the sugar honey iced tea, and we're fighting with each other, not realizing that we're fighting against fellow lab rats. We need to stick together more than we think we do. We don't put these products in the stores. They do. They do. They approve all of this stuff that's making us more and more and more sick. They catch you with a baggie of weed, you can go to jail for that. They catch you with a pocket full of daggone prescriptive drugs, they probably just take it and just send you on your way. Just take it and send you on your way. When kids are being unalived by prescriptive drugs. I mean, bruh, I hate to belabor the point. I'm just saying, does this concern you at all? Let me know in the comments if this concerns you at all or your stance on it. I would love to hear it.
I didn't learn that professional organizations that we get our practice guideline from, like the American Diabetes Association and American Academy of Pediatrics, have taken tens of millions of dollars from Coke, Cadbury, processed food companies, and vaccine manufacturers like Moderna. I didn't learn that if we address these root causes that all lead to metabolic dysfunction and help patients change their food and lifestyle patterns with a united, strong voice, we could reverse the chronic disease crisis in America, save millions of lives and trillions of dollars in healthcare costs per year. Instead, doctors are learning that the body is 100 separate parts, and we learn how to drug, we learn how to cut, and we learn how to bill. I'll close by saying,
she said we learn how to drug, we learn how to cut, and we learn how to bill you. They treat us like cattle. We go to the hospital with a cyst and we need their assistance. What do? They drug us, they cut us, and they bill us. And that's it. Send us along our merry way. And there aren't any guarantees. They can operate on us and do whatever to us, and we can fall out and be unalive the next day, and they are not held responsible for any of that. And they are the professionals that we depend on for our life and our health. We depend on them. Like we would go to the doctor for stomach aches. They'll run us through a machine and tell us that we have cancer. But they'll tell us that it's super early. Don't worry about it. You're fine. We're seeing that it's not even big enough to even acknowledge. You're fine. And then 3 months later, you got full blown stage 4. Like, come on, bro. They don't care about us, man. They really don't. They really don't. And as much as I love drinking water, it's like we don't even know if the water that we're consuming is good for us. As a matter of fact, this bottle right here that I have, this hold on one second. This bottle right here that I have of water, they're saying don't drink water out of plastic. Why? Because before I got this water, how long was this water sitting in this plastic bottle in the sun, blending with the chemicals that made this bottle? Like, how much bad sugar honey iced tea am I drinking just so that I can drink something healthy? We are damned if we do, damned if we don't. That's why people like this are important. People who got the facts, people who, study and know what the hell they're doing. And they sit in front of us and they give us this information. And what do? Oh, it's BS. Because why would they do this? And why would they do this? They already told us that they do it for that. Come on, bro. Like, she's trying to help. She is trying to help. And not for nothing, but she's putting her life on the line to help. I think that right after she finished reading this, she should probably say, and guys, just want y'all to know, I am not suicidal. So if you hear anything, I'm not suicidal.
That what we are dealing with here is so much more than a physical health crisis. This is a spiritual crisis. We are choosing death over light. We are choosing death over life. We are choosing darkness over light for people and the planet, which are inextricably linked. We are choosing to erroneously believe that we are separate from nature and that we can continue to poison nature and then outsmart it. Our path out will be a renewed respect for the miracle of life and a renewed respect for nature. We can restore health to Americans rapidly with smart policy and courageous leadership. We need a return to courage. We need a return to common sense and intuition. We need a return to awe for the sheer miraculousness of our lives. We need all hands on deck.
Yes, we do. We need all hands on deck. Bruh. As much water as I drink, man, I could potentially be just sitting here doing myself dirty, man. This is nuts. This is nuts, bro. It says that this bottle was packaged on March 30th, 2025, which is not bad. And it has a second date of March 30th, 2027. So apparently, if you catch these bottles, there's some expiration dates on water bottles now. I never knew that until I was today years old when I realized that there's an expiration date on my water bottle. There's an expiration date on water. Get out of here. They're like, yo, if you drink after this out of this bottle after this date, you pretty much you drinking all plastic, bro. All plastic. It's nuts. That is nuts. But the water is so good. It's smart water. How can smart water be packaged wrong? Like it's a really thick bottle. If you're drinking out of really thin, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm at this point. At this point, we're just all diminishing right now. We're not. We're going in the wrong direction. It's not even funny, bro. It's not even funny, man. Why you laughing, bro? It's not funny. It's really not funny. It's really not funny, man. Why are you laughing? Because at the end of the day, man, I try to smile so I won't cry. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you, man. I try to smile so I won't cry. Because life, we can't do too much about it but complain, have our conversations, try to go around whatever the supermarket does for us, grow our own sugar honey iced tea in our backyard. For all we know, the seeds could have been manufactured in the lab, and we're growing fake fruits that they know. Let me tell you something. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I was about to say something that might have sounded really foolish, so I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. In other news, Scott Jennings was cooking. Scott Jennings was cooking again. Apparently on the and I just have an update. If you have a child that that has red hair, white people with children that have red hair, you're actually black. You don't believe me? All right, let me show you this right here. Let me show you this. There was research just now done on this. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? I don't even know why you think I would lie. I wouldn't lie about something like that. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? Check this out. So this lady right here, apparently she's somewhat of a doctor or something. Listen to what she has to say, man. It's nuts. White people with red hair are actually black.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers.
Listen, she said what she said. She looks really smart to me. Look like she got on a nursing uniform. That looked like a nursing shirt that she has on. So there you have it, guys. So why do we do all this fighting? Most of us are brothers and sisters from the motherland. You do not come from the mountains of Caucasus. All of us are black. All of us are from Africa. Brothers and sisters. It's just our white brothers and sisters. They don't get as much sun as they need. But y'all need to know that y'all children, they got red hair, they're black. Y'all are not from the mountains of Caucasus. They're not Irish. They are African. All right? She's a doctor, man. She said it. We just now believed everything Dr. Casey Means said. So now it's time to listen to this lady said. And let me guess. I'm just going to let you know this right now. If you don't believe her and what she's saying, let me move. Okay, that's better. If you don't believe her and what she's saying, you know what that makes you, right? Yep. It makes you racist. Hate to be the one to break it to you. So go home and tell your kids if they got red hair, sorry, son, but you're black. If your daughter has red hair, Sorry, baby girl, but you're black. You probably thought you were a snow bunny. You're not. You're black. Like this lady's 3 kids. Carolyn, Surratt, Meyer. All 3 of my kids started out red. One still is. Well, guess what? They're black. They are blackity black, baby. Yeah. And there's nothing that you can say about it to keep it a buck. All right. Scott Jennings was on the panel today with CNN, and I want y'all to see what happened. So they had a transgender up there that's saying that they wanted to fight for the federal government. I mean, they wanted to fight for the military, but they were treated improperly. They've been discriminated against. And I want y'all to see what she has, what happens here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Ask questions if you want to. And I want nothing but brutal honesty inside of my chat. Even if you agree with me, or you're going at me, it does not matter. And don't get so upset with people who go against me, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about most times. I'm figuring it out just like most of y'all. I'm figuring it out. Most of y'all didn't know that your redhead children were black, did you? See? So yeah, we're all being helped here. We're all receiving some information that's very valuable. Thank you so much for the super chat, Charlie. How about expiration date on salt? It's about money. Oh, they're trying to get you back in the store. So you saying ignore the expiration date and keep on eating. That's what you saying.
Allowing transgender troops to serve hurts lethality and it hurts readiness. What do you say to that?
Well, there's no evidence of that. I think that, if that was the case, we've seen transgender people serving honorably for the last several years. And what has changed between now and then? They've just woken up to a new administration who has a different outlook on their ability to serve. So I think that, if you talk to people who are serving on active duty alongside transgender troops, they're not making these complaints. The leaders in the military are not making these complaints. These are political complaints about military service. So I think that all of the courts that have looked at this issue and looked at it, have said there's nothing in fact to back up what the government is claiming here. In fact, the judges challenged them to produce evidence, and they couldn't produce any evidence. So I think it's a really dark day for our country, where basically we're allowed to discriminate against a class of people.
Scott, if they can't produce evidence that this actually does, in fact, have an impact on readiness, I mean, how is this not then just discrimination?
Well, it's the opinion of the commander-in-chief, who, according to our Constitution, is the head of the military. I mean, regardless of anyone's opinion or anybody's, whatever side you're on, whether you're for it or against it, at some juncture, the president is the commander-in-chief of the military, and he has and should have broad latitude to determine how the armed forces should be operated. And so I think that's what he's doing here. I think that's ultimately what the court said today, was that the president is the commander-in-chief, and we gotta respect that.
But I mean, to her point, if there's not a downside, and it's been going on for years now, and I mean, I'm just presenting your argument to them.
Yeah.
What is the argument other than Trump, Hegseth just doesn't want trans people in the military?
Well, I mean, I think that the president, we'll ultimately see. I think that's why the court is allowing the president to move forward with this until it works itself through the court system. Maybe the Supreme Court will be the final arbiter here to say, yeah or nay, you can do this. But ultimately, I think the court is showcasing deference to the executive, saying that, look, you're the president, you're over the military. You do, for the most part, get to sort of dictate the standards of our military. And I don't really see how you can push back against that. Again, we'll see what happens in the court.
I can.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can. What if the president wakes up tomorrow and says, I don't want any black people in the military? Do we give deference to him on that? Well, no.
Ridiculous.
Here we go. Here we go. Why does she have to make that connection? Nobody was going to go there. Why do we have to talk about race? We're talking about transgenders in the military. Woman. Why? Because you're sitting next to a black man, because a black man is taking the stance that goes against the ideology that you currently have. So now you want to make it personal for me at this point. It's not a good connection. It's not a good analogy. And I don't know why in the hell you would do that. Like, what's the point? First of all, Black people do not need endless medication in order to stay Black. We don't need endless surgeries in order to stay Black. We can actually be deployed without medication. We will be fine. It's not the same. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? It's not that difficult to talk. Like, do she not understand what the transgender community have to go through in order to maintain in the military? I mean, to stay in the military? Do she not realize Black and white people and Hispanic people, and it don't matter what your race is, we don't need medication in order to deploy. We're fine. We're good. We're ready to go. We're going to get this bald head or whatever crew cut that the military get, and we ready to rock. We don't need no medication. We don't need no eyeliner or lipstick or extra socks to stuff our bra. We don't need any of that. So why would she even draw that example? What's the point? I told y'all, man, a lot of times the ones that want to talk about it will bring it up. And it's usually the Democrats that want to talk about race. Oh, man, we got to go race. Let's talk about race. That's how we can get them. But I want y'all to see how Abby Phillips, she never calls out the people on her panel, man. She's going to play this. She's going to actually let this play out. And watch how this goes. This is nuts.
If the president wakes up tomorrow and says, I don't want any Black people in the military, do we give deference to him on that? Well, no, wait a second. It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous because you're discriminating against a group of people in a very similar way. No,
I knew you were going to say that. But
excuse me. Well, I'm glad you.
I'm curious. Why is it ridiculous? I mean, you just said the president should be the one who just decides.
Right.
So if he decides, he wakes up tomorrow and says, I think it's bad for morale. It's bad for cohesiveness for there to be Black people in the military, Latino people in the military. Just in her hypothetical scenario, what's the difference between that and what we're seeing here?
I mean,
it's a stupid ass hypothetical, Abby. Listen, Abby. Listen, baby girl. Abby Phillips. Let me tell you something. As cute as you are, as nice as them daggone that is, as nice as that skin is, in your back pockets, being as smart as you are, and educated as you are, and you're ugly, so I don't even see your looks. But you're in charge of this panel and you're on CNN. You're not supposed to, like, she gave you a hypothetical that makes no sense. It's your responsibility to be like, wait a minute, whoa. I'm a Black woman. How are you comparing me being in the military versus someone who wasn't born trans, someone who decided that their new sex is going to be this, that, and the third? We're not the same. So that hypothetical is pointless. If anybody else would have drawn that hypothetical who don't adopt the same ideology as Abby Phillips and the rest of CNN, she would have called them out. She wouldn't have let this play out. But instead, she want to push the narrative and she want to continue it going. She want to ask Scott Jennings. I think it's a good question. It's a great question. I think you should answer it. It's dumb as hell. It's stupid, bro.
And are you really going to go down this ridiculous?
I'm sorry.
This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous argument.
Well, okay.
The president,
what they've already
the president
said
and Secretary of Defense have an argument here. They believe that readiness and unit cohesion and overall operations of the military are impacted by this. That is their opinion.
Readiness, unit cohesion is impacted. readiness and unit cohesion is impacted. Readiness, meaning, can you deploy immediately without a whole bunch of medications? Can you do that? Are you going to continue to be special? Like, do we have to go out of our way to make sure that you are okay in order for you to go and fight for the military like you claim you want to do? Readiness and unit cohesion. Continue.
And that is the opinion of the commander-in-chief, who the Constitution gives broad latitude to run the armed forces. So that's their opinion. You're allowed to have one. You're allowed to have one. You're also allowed to run for president and become commander-in-chief yourself. But until you do, he's the commander-in-chief.
I have to just say, I didn't hear an answer to the hypothetical, right? I just didn't hear it. I didn't, I mean, okay, the definition of discrimination, according to the American Psychological Association, discrimination is the unfair or prejudicial treatment of people or groups based on characteristics such as race, gender, age, or sexual orientation. What is the difference?
Okay. The unfair or prejudicial treatment of people and groups based on characteristics such as race, okay, gender, all right, age, okay, sexual orientation. None of that targets transgenders. If I'm not mistaken, which of these, race, genders, age, and sexual orientation, says that the military don't want transgenders? Is it the sexual orientation? I don't even think sexual orientation is it. I don't even think it fits in that category, in my opinion. It definitely don't fit in race, gender, or age. So why are they trying so hard to act like this is discrimination? It's not, bro. It's not. This is something that they decided they wanted to do because they decided that that's who they are. Their sexual orientation is not even considered. If they're straight or gay, don't nobody care. Ain't nobody say that they don't want no straight or gay people. They're talking about the people who will, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But y'all see how hard they are trying. Y'all see how they're trying to connect race with this whole thing. And race has nothing to do with it. But they're trying. They're trying, bro. They're trying.
Difference between, prohibiting certain groups like transgender people from serving versus, people based on their race or even their gender.
Look at Sure Michael is trying his best not to be disrespectful to Abby on her show, man.
I personally think there's a difference, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, I will say, do you believe that race and are you saying that the quality of race and the quality of transgender are the same?
I'm just asking the question because I think you're making there's a distinction. But
no, the lady in the green jacket is making the distinction. He asked you a question. Can you answer it? You're trying to get other people to answer a question, but you can't answer it? She can't even answer the damn question. Yo, hold on, time out. She can't even answer the question. And then she tries to act like he is the one that's making the distinction. No, it's the lady in the green jacket. And now it's you by forcing me to answer this dumb question. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sergeant Sweet Tea. When I was in the military, and if you couldn't deploy, you got the boot. When I was in the military, and if you couldn't deploy, you got the boot. You're pointless. What's the point of you being here? What's the point of you being here? They are the ones drawing these distinctions, man. Abby, you're being unfair. You're not supposed to be that. If this is your panel, you're supposed to be fair with it. And that's unfortunate, man. And you can see Sure Michael and Jennings, Scott Jennings, are going out of their way to not be disrespectful. They're not trying to be over the top. They're not even commenting most times, bro. I don't get it. I really don't get it, man.
If race and the quality of transgender are the same?
I'm just asking the question because I think you're making there's a distinction, but you're not explaining why.
No, I'm asking you. You guys brought up the hypothetical. Are you arguing that someone's race is the same as someone choosing to become
But
transgender.
your argument, you've made the argument twice that the commander-in-chief's opinion is all that matters. You've said that twice now.
Well,
so
they still not answering the question. They are still not answering the question. Do you understand what just now happened? They introduced the hypothetical that they can't even answer the question to. This is your hypothetical. All he is simply saying is, before I answer this question, I want to make it clear. Are y'all saying that someone's race is the same as being a transgender? That's all I want to know. Before I answer the question, I just want to know if this is what you're saying. And none of them want to be caught acknowledging that that's exactly what they're doing. Why is that? And then the person that's the actual transgender on the panel, they stuck in something that Scott Jennings said a long time ago about he is the executive, and if he feels like it should be this way, then he can make the decision for it to be this way. So you're saying that all he has to do is want it to be and have an opinion against what we want, and he can just make the decision because yes. Now, can you go back to the original question that the lady in the daggone Patrick's St. Patrick's Day jacket made about black people and transgenders? So if Trump wake up tomorrow and he just want to just say, I don't know, let me grab this out the air, that black people can't be in it. And then Abby Phillips took it even further. Yeah, if black people or Hispanic people can't be a part of it, like they are all equally dumb. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. They are all equally dumb. I can't stand her and her SAAB 900 forehead. Her Saab 900. You said she got a Saab 900 forehead, bro? Man, you can't talk. Let me tell you something. I get a little sensitive when you talk about people's foreheads. I got a forehead. I got a 5 head. I don't have dreams. I have movies. But yeah. Okay, let's get back into it. This is nuts, man. Let's get back to the trans. This is nuts. Even the lady in the green just won't answer. She knows that her hypothetical was super dumb, but she won't even accept responsibility for her own hypothetical. And neither will Abby, and neither will the transgender who was with it. The transgender was like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, let's keep this going. What about the race part? None of them want to stay. They don't want their name to be attached to that.
But your argument, you've made the argument twice that the commander-in-chief's opinion is all that matters. You've said that twice now.
Well, so the Constitution, yes.
So if he wakes up tomorrow and says it's not okay to be gay or lesbian in CERB, because that's his opinion, there's nothing to back that up. They meet the physical standards. They meet the intellectual standards. They have voluntarily decided to serve their country, to give their life for this country. So many of us don't have to. That it's the opinion without any basis in fact that's what matters more than the Constitution of equal rights and equal protection.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the other thing, or there's a few things that bother me about this, and mostly it was the language of the policy, right? When you're reading at some of these words, transgender people as inherently untruthful, undisciplined, dishonorable. That's like a very weighty thing to say about people who are
transgender people are untruthful. Okay. If you ask a transgender person, are you a man? And they say, no, I'm a woman. They are lying. That is the definition of untruth. What am I missing? Somebody tell me, what am I missing? That's me doing what you call cow. That's the country music. Somebody tell me, what am I missing? That's untruthful. Bruh, if you look at that guy and you say, yo, are you a man? And they say, I'm a woman. They're lying. That's untruthful. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to this lady that's about to get on my damn nerves.
Transgender people as inherently untruthful, undisciplined, dishonorable. That's like a very weighty thing to say about people who are courageously deciding to protect this country. The other problem, Scott, is that it's never enough. It's bathrooms today. It's sports today. It's sports tomorrow. It's the military today.
No, it's
and-
also sports today, by the way.
Yeah, it is sports today. And
80% of Americans agree, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. And 80%, guess what? The majority sometimes is wrong. That also happens, right? Because the majority used to believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was somebody who was a threat, that somebody who was not a good American. The majority of people used to be against civil rights. Were they right? No, they weren't.
Here we go. Here we go. Taking it right back. Yo, why do we always do that? Why she take it back to civil rights? Because the majority of people thought Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a threat and he was evil. And they thought that civil rights was, bruh, it's never ceased to fail. They're going to do it every single time. Y'all cannot get away from it. Y'all cannot leave it. Stop comparing the gay struggle or the transgender struggle to somebody else's struggle. It's not the same. It's not the same as the Irish struggle. It's not the same as the Jewish struggle. It's not the same as white Americans, the poor white American struggle. It's not the same as racism and white supremacy. It's not the same. Stop trying to act like it is, bro. It's not the same. But they will pull it out their back pockets whenever they possibly can. I really want to say this, though. Kudos to Shermichael and Scott Jennings. This entire time, they went out of their way not to say anything negative or demeaning, or something that will be offensive. They went out of their way not to do anything or say anything offensive to or around the trans guy. I mean, the trans woman. This is, and Jamel Hill, that's this lady's name right now. That's Jamel Hill. Her job is to always take up for blacks. No matter what we're talking about, listen, I got to talk about black people. I'm here to represent black. And I ain't got no issue with that. Everybody got their representation. Y'all like, Van, how do you not have an issue with it? I don't. Because let's be honest, everybody got their own representation. Everybody got their own representation. Everybody. And then when we look in the mirror, and we're truthfully honest with ourselves, we realize that we are just the same. We are exactly the same, man. We just look differently. That's it. We might have different cultures. Like black people call the cookout, white people call the barbecue. That's it. That's it. It's still a goddamn barbecue and it's still a cookout. These people always want to tie it to race. If I ID'd as black, can I get reparations? I say you should. If you identify as black, you should get reparations. Absolutely. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. But hey, for the sake of your argument, I'll say, yeah, because everybody can identify whatever the hell they want to be, and we're going to call them exactly that. Thank you so much for the super chat, too. I appreciate it. Wait. Did Jamel finesse a gig on CNN? They really think we dumb. They didn't see how it went down at ESPN? Well, no, they did not. No, they did not. Let me tell you something. It's on certain networks, you can get a job as long as you rep the black. She did her role. She did her part. She brought up civil rights. She brought up, some black empowerment movement and tried to tie it to gay. Black people, I need y'all to understand this. For all the black people out there, including a couple that are probably inside of my chat right now, who think that black people that go on the side of conservative and leave the Democrat Party, they believe that they believe that the gay movement is the same as the black movement. Let me ask you, black people, do you believe that? If you're a Democrat or progressive and you're in my chat right now, do you believe that the LGBTQ AI plus community, their movement and their struggles is the same or on the same level as the struggles of black people in this country since the time we came over here? Do you believe that? If your answer is no, then y'all need to cut the sugar honey iced tea. Stop gaslighting. Stop giving them that confidence to continue to do this bull stuff, man. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's disingenuous. It's not truthful at all. But what do? We go and back them, tuck our tails, and act like we're all together and we're working on the same gang. We're oppressed and they're oppressed. We're victims just like they're victims. No, we're not. No, first of all, nobody's an effing victim. Not in the United States. We all have our lot. So just in case you are a Christian, you believe in God, understand that we all have our stuff. We all have something that we're going through. I'm talking about the richest of us, the most wealthiest people in the world got their stuff. The most beautiful and athletic people in the world have their stuff. But we're always trying to adopt a puppy. We're always trying to act as if somebody else's struggle is way more than ours, and we need to take care of them. She's about to say something right now that Kamala says all the time. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to what she's about to say. That Kamala says all the time, guys. Listen to this right here. This is nuts. Thank you again for the super chat, man. Y'all are on it today. I really appreciate it, man. Y'all are dope. Y'all are dope. Y'all are on it today, for real. Let's do a Compton cookout. I ain't coming to Compton. I ain't trying to be in my, listen, I like to wear red and I like to wear blue. I ain't got no time to worry about whether or not the color that's on my back is going to get me unalived, god dang it, a Compton cookout. But I do love a good cookout. All right, let's get into it. Watch what she says. Very Kamala-esque. Watch the
problem, Scott, is that it's never enough. It's bathrooms today. It's sports today. It's sports tomorrow. It's the military today.
No, it's also sports today, by the way.
Yeah, it is sports today. And
80% of Americans agree, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. And 80%, guess what? The majority sometimes is wrong. That also happens, right? Because the majority used to believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was somebody who was a threat, that somebody who was not a good American. The majority of people used to be against civil rights. Were they right? No, they weren't. And so the whole point is when you target one group, and inevitably that line moves to everybody else. And I'm not saying he's coming for Black people tomorrow, but considering that this is a military or this is a leadership that is already using DEI as code word for Black people already when it comes to the military, suddenly when you don't protect the most vulnerable, you wind up making it worse for everybody else that's in the marginalized community. You don't think trans people are vulnerable in this country?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Hopefully you did. She said, if you don't protect the most vulnerable, then what's going to happen to the rest of us? Because the gays are the vulnerable. The trans are the vulnerable. That's what Kamala always says. We need to protect the vulnerable, protect the most vulnerable. We do. We protecting the most vulnerable, guys, is not protect the gays. Protecting the vulnerable is protecting women, children, and fools. That's biblical. That's biblical principle right there. We are obligated to protect women, children, and fools. Period. Protect the most vulnerable. And I'm glad that Scott Jennings called her out when he heard her saying that stuff. That's Kamala Harris all day long, man. Protect the most vulnerable. Who's the most vulnerable? Are you saying that they're vulnerable? Are you saying that they're not vulnerable? No, answer my damn question. Are you saying that they're vulnerable? Why are they vulnerable? They're not strong enough to protect themselves? Are you saying that they're mentally ill and they need protection? Then wouldn't that be you agreeing with what we've been saying for years when we was talking about what's it called? Dysphoria. What's it called, guys? What's it called? What's the condition? That what's his name? God dang it, mental dysphoria. It's called mental dysphoria. That's exactly what it is. Guys, this is nuts, man. I don't. This is all code, man. It's gender dysphoria. It's gender dysphoria. Yeah, that's what it is. It's gender dysphoria, and that's an actual condition.
This is a leadership that is already using DEI as code word for Black people already when it comes to the military. Suddenly, when you don't protect the most vulnerable, you wind up making it worse for everybody else that's in the
What do you mean by
marginalized
vulnerable?
community. You don't think trans people are vulnerable in this country?
So, is it your position that the commander in chief should recruit people who you're describing as vulnerable into the
No,
lethal
he
fighting
should
force?
he should recruit people.
Yo, somebody give Scott Jennings an award, bro. Let me tell you something. Somebody give Scott Jennings an award. This dude is sharp. He just sit back and let her go ahead and dig the hole yourself. We need to protect the most vulnerable. He says, so are you saying that our president should enlist vulnerable people into our military? What can they do for us? How can they protect us? We're supposed to be protecting the most vulnerable. People in the military, they protect us. So are we protecting them or are they protecting us? Make up your mind. Make up your mind. That was checkmate. That was something called checkmate, guys. I don't know how many of you play chess, but that was something called checkmate right there. That's called checkmate. That's called checkmate. Her face got tight. She started to stutter. She was losing the argument. She knew that she put her foot in her mouth. She knew that her queen was gone. Checkmate. It's done. It's done. We need to protect the most vulnerable. Are you saying that the president need to enlist vulnerable people that need to be protected? Please protect me. But I want to fight for the military, but please protect me while I fight. I need to fight, but I'm protected. Please protect me. I'm vulnerable. Who wants somebody like that protecting us? I'm just saying. Please let me know in the comments if I'm being, if I'm taking this too far or if I'm just dead ass wrong in this. I don't need nobody telling me how right I am. I want you to tell me how wrong I am. This right here, she put her foot in her mouth and she got dealt with. He killed the whole panel. I don't know if y'all really understand how he did it, and he did it with a smile on his face. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to demean anybody. He was using exactly what they said against them. She even tried to bring up DEI. They even tried to weaponize DEI and act like it was only a black thing. She's reaching. What about Dr. King? What about civil rights? What about DEI? What they're doing with DEI? What about this? They're the most vulnerable. This dude killed them with their own words, man. You ain't even got to say nothing. The most vulnerable? Yeah. I'm looking for the most vulnerable. That's what I want to see on my military commercial. If you love this country and you're willing to fight for this country, make sure you join our military. We're looking for the strongest and the most vulnerable people that can. What? We were looking for true vulnerable patriots. We want the most vulnerable of patriots. What? Nigga, please. Are you kidding me? We want some vulnerable patriots to fight for us. That's what we want. We want people who are going to complain all day and need us to take care of them from the first day. That's what we want in our military. Heck no, we do not.
Using DEI as code word for Black people already when it comes to the military. Suddenly, when you don't protect the most vulnerable, you wind up making it worse for everybody else that's in the marginalized community. You don't think trans people are vulnerable in this country?
So, is it your position that the commander in chief should recruit?
Watch this.
People who you're describing as vulnerable into the lethal
he
fighting force?
he should recruit people who want to serve and protect this country. And it's really kind of ironic considering he dodged the draft that he suddenly has an opinion about this.
There we go. There we go. Y'all see that, right? So instead of being responsible for even what she said, nobody wants anybody that's vulnerable on their team. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Basketball teams, nope, I'm good. Football teams, nah, I'm straight. Nothing. I'm about to go fight people to save lives of the rest of this country. Who do I want on my left and right? Do I want some people who are vulnerable that I'm going to have to lift up and make sure that they okay, check on their feelings and make sure that they tell them that they look pretty? Is that what I want on my right and left? Or do I want people that's out there ready to risk their lives and they can handle their own? That they can actually pull me up on their shoulders if I fall? If I am vulnerable, if I get shot, or if I'm in a bad situation, will they be able to help me out? Not if they're already vulnerable. Come on now, make up your daggone mind, Jack. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. For real. Here is Kamala right here. And I told y'all this is what she talks about. And she just now appeared saying the exact same thing I'm talking about. Listen to this.
We are focused on the most vulnerable. And based on my experience, the most vulnerable are women and girls, racial and ethnic minorities, LGBTQI plus people, indigenous people, people with disabilities, migrants, and children in the foster care system. When we identify who is most vulnerable, we can tailor our tactics and improve our strategy. We are focused on the most vulnerable. And based on my experience, the most vulnerable are women and girls, racial and ethnic.
Hold on, Black Cloud. What did I say disrespectful, man? What did I say just now that was disrespectful? Guys, please say, what did I just now say that was disrespectful? Huh? What did I just now say that was disrespectful, man? I really want to know. I don't think I said anything disrespectful. I don't think I said anything that was disrespectful. Or are you? I'm thinking you're being sarcastic. I'm just going to believe that you're being sarcastic because that wasn't disrespectful. I'm just saying, man. As long as we continue to try to divide, we can't even if you can't defend your argument without trying to include other people who are also who also had to deal with some things or get through some things, then you don't have a leg to stand on. And I don't even want to hear your argument. I don't want to hear your argument. I'm just saying. I just don't, man. It's just foolish. It's just foolish, man. It really is. It's just foolish. It really is. So, In Wokeness, shout out to In Wokeness. I don't know if you guys are familiar with In Wokeness. In Wokeness put up a story that I want to read to you guys. I want to read this to you all because here's the thing. A lot of people were saying certain things only happen to Black people. We're the only victims, and the white police are the ones that's always hunting us and trying to do things to us. It's never Black police. Well, I want to show y'all this right here. And please make sure y'all hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button for me. Tyre, Treebeard found this for me. I really appreciate you, my brother. Everyone must complete the same exact requirements, 1000%. Can't stand her Dollar Tree swollen Martinez. Sorry. I'm no Michael Evans, but the Black struggle isn't the same as the gay struggle. And the gay struggle isn't the same as the trans struggle. Facts. 1000%. He said, I'm no Michael Evans. Bro, what made you say Michael Evans, man? What made you say Michael Evans? My gracious, man. That was hilarious. What about 1619? Van, I'm waiting for that merch. What about 1619, man? I never started, bro. I was like, man, I might upset some people. All right, so according to a source within the Memphis PD, the 5 charged officers weren't hired through the usual structured PD hiring process. City leaders felt the existing process was too strict and kept certain people from getting jobs at the department. City leaders began their own hiring process and then pushed new hires into the agency, bypassing the testing procedures in place at the department. You can read between the lines what that all means. All 5 of the charged officers were hired by the city and didn't go through the rigorous PD testing process. This is what quota hiring looks like: lawsuits and dead innocents. Dead innocents. The city should pay the lawsuits instead of the police department. The unaliving wasn't created by old school policing or by white supremacy. This unaliving was directly facilitated by liberal policy. Here are the guys. Just saying. So this stuff actually happened. And of course, there's some backlash, but it is what it is, man. We need to stop trying to point fingers at all these different places saying, is this fair? Is that fair? Is, not accepting responsibility for ourselves. It just messes everything up. It sullies the conversation. We can actually have some constructive conversations that work toward solutions, but unfortunately, nobody want to be responsible. Let me tell you something right quick. I've heard some of the nastiest, meanest things about white people from people that look like me. And because of that, for years, I did not like white people because I believed it. But check this out. Every time I look around, Stephen A. speaking positively of Diddy, he don't want to acknowledge what Diddy did. Swollen Martin speaking positively of Diddy and all of his accomplishments, he don't want to acknowledge what Diddy did. Even if his panel want to acknowledge what Diddy did, all Roland Martin want to do is acknowledge other white men that did the same thing and they got away with it. So Diddy should get away with it, right? All we're doing is protecting our criminals. When Carmelo Anthony did what he did, black people wanted to protect him and make sure that him and his family were made whole, right? Right? Shiloh Hendricks, she said that dumb mess she said to the little boy when she called him the N-word on the playground. She didn't have to be dumb. She didn't have to be stupid. She didn't have to be idiotic. It's only a word. Her life shouldn't be ruined. Yes, it should. White people took arm, and y'all helped her raise like $600,000, probably more than that. Y'all are helping her raise like $1 million because she said the N-word and because she got doxxed. I don't give a damn about that. People make silly mistakes every single day, and they have to deal with the consequences. But what we're doing is we're picking sides. We're all protecting our criminals. We're all protecting the people who make dumb decisions on our side, period. When the white guy unalived the black guy inside the train station, it became a thing. It became O.J. Simpson all over again. We don't care if it was videos. If it were videos somewhere where everybody can see O.J. Simpson doing what he did to his ex his lady at that point, if there were videos, there would have been a whole slew of Black America taking up for OJ, making sure that listen, I don't care what he said. He said he didn't do it. I'm with OJ. I'm with OJ. I'm sorry. When they pulled him over, they found the knife. So what? I don't care. They found the glove too. Well, the glove was too small. It didn't fit him. Tell him to put it on. Let me see if I can put this on. See, Your Honor, I can't even put this glove on. This glove, look, Your Honor, I can't put the glove on. And all Black America like, yes. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Yeah, Johnny Cochran, that's how you get them. We're always protecting our criminals, Black people protect their criminals. White people protect their criminals. And it's dumb as hell. And we need to stop doing that. At some point, if we actually respect and honor law-abiding citizens and actual patriots of this country, then we need to do it on a consistent basis. All of us need to do that. And if we don't, we're part of the problem. If you went to Shiloh Hendricks GoFundMe or Give, Send, Go, and you sent $5, $10, $13, $1, $20, $100, $50, it don't matter. 50 cents, it don't matter. You are wrong. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony. If you went over to his GoFundMe, Give, Send, Go, and you helped him raise $500,000 for unaliving somebody's kid, you are wrong. Now people are celebrating Ryan Hutchins, who son Ronald Hutchins Jr., Ronald Hutchins Jr., this dude riding around in a stolen truck with his friends, running from the police. Then want to get out and start running with a gun, allegedly. With a gun, allegedly. We still don't know if a gun was there. All right? The police said it was a gun. So we'll say it's a gun. Right? He gets unalived by one of the police. His father like, okay, I got you. And then the next day, he runs over a police officer. And now he's held up as a hero. Eye for an eye. People think they quoting the Bible. They think this is biblical now. And they like, eye for an eye. That's what he get. You did it to him. We're going to do it to you. Because we stick together. Black versus white. Cut the sugar honey iced tea, guys. Cut the crap. I know y'all fussing at me in the chat. That's why I'm not reading it right now. I'm about to read it in a minute. Oh, one more thing, Van. Check out the $1 billion judgment against my hospital, New York Presbyterian. Crazy story. Layoffs, management is shook. Oh, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Thank you, Bushido 1320. Bushido, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, man, at some point we need to start sticking together. We need to start sticking together. Unfortunately, we don't want to, and we feel like we have time. I'm just here to let you know I don't believe that we have as much time as you believe we have. The more racial tension that we contribute to, the more our children have to deal with this. We might be strong enough to do it. We have mental calluses and emotional calluses where we're not going to be bothered. We're good. But our children are out there butt naked. They're out there not protected. They're not protected. And this is no matter what race you are. They're not protected. They still have to go to schools. They still have to commingle. Like, come on, think about this. At some point, man, we just need to wake the hell up and understand that it's not about us. It's about God, man. God put us all here together for each other. Did y'all know that? I'm here for you. You're here for me. We are here for each other. That's how this goes. We can't continue to build a great nation unless we have each other. We're so individualistic that it's just about us. It's just about my people. It's about people that look like me. No, it's not. Stop being so damn arrogant and entitled. We get it. You live in the land of the free. You're used to having these benefits, as you should. You're American citizens. But you need to start showing appreciation for it rather than making demands for more, acting like I'm not getting anything, acting like you're underserved, when most times it's you that's underserving yourself. You're not studying the way that you're supposed to. You're not eating the way you're supposed to. You're not meditating the way you're supposed to. You're not showing yourself friendly to other people the way you're supposed to. You're not loving on others the way that you're supposed to. You're just waiting for the federal government to do it for you. You're waiting for other organizations and institutions to give you something, to place you in your next, when you're supposed to be doing it yourself. You're supposed to be building up a family so that you can leave a legacy, so that your family name won't die with you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Men, we're supposed to be protecting our women and children. Women, you're supposed to be looking out for your husbands and your children. Period. So we're all complicit. We're all complicit. When you feel like you're in a position to point fingers at somebody else and act like you're not involved, bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. I'm letting you know right now, all of us are complicit in some type of way, shape, or form, and we need to fix that. And until we do, this world is effed. It's done. Yankee Jeff, what's up, brother? The angel of death comes like a thief in the night. We know not when nor where. Get right with God now. Facts. And I'm gonna let y'all know this. Getting right with God, it starts with getting right with yourself and others around you, man. Because God blessed us with so many blessings. It's crazy. And we still wait with our hands out complaining. We have all of our faculties. We're healthy. We can get out there and do it ourselves. And if we can't get out there and do it, we have resources and technology where we can log into this website or get onto this phone and go out there and get it that way. Like we can get it digitally if we wanted to, information, or we can get our business moving in the right direction. But excuses? Nah. At some point, we need to grow the hell up, man. Because I see a whole bunch of white people that's like, yeah, white people, yes. And then the black people are like, yeah, black people, yeah. I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing, man. Because you're going down the wrong direction. You're definitely going down the wrong path. All right. So the story I just now read about the 3 officers with Tyre Nichols. Let me go ahead and read this right here, because this comes from my brother created this for me. All right. So 3 former Memphis police officers, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith, were all acquitted of all state charges, including second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression, following a trial in Hamilton County, Tennessee. The jury deliberated for over 8 hours after a 9-day trial concluding on May 7th, 2025. Despite the state acquittals, Bean, Haley, and Smith were previously convicted. These guys right here, they were previously convicted of, let me go ahead and just, so that you can see this for yourself, man. Because we're trying to get the information out there for real. So they were previously convicted. Let me see here. They were previously convicted. Where am I? Oh, previously convicted of federal charges in 2024, specifically for witness tampering related to misleading superiors about their actions during Nichols' beating. Haley was also found guilty of deprivation of civil rights and deliberate indifference, resulting in serious bodily injury. The federal convictions carry significant penalties. Bean and Smith face up to 20 years in prison, while Haley faces a potential life sentence. Federal sentencing hearings were delayed until after the state trial, with sentencing expected later in 2025. 2 other officers involved, Emmett Martin III and Desmond Mills, pleaded guilty to federal charges avoiding trial. They also intend to plead guilty to state charges, with Martin's plea deal recommending up to 15 years in prison. Their testimony was used against Bean, Haley, and Smith during the federal trial. All 5 officers were part of the Memphis Police Department's Scorpion Task Force, a specialized unit aimed at reducing crime. Following Nichols' death, the unit was disbanded on January 28, 2023, due to public outcry and the officers' actions, which were deemed a failure of basic humanity by Memphis Police Chief Serlin Davis. Serlin Davis. So yeah, these guys who don't look like the usual suspects of police that we usually talk about, that's out there just terrorizing the community, they were all acquitted of their charges. So now we need to sit back and wait and see if America does what it does. Let's see if our country does what it does. I doubt it will, because all 5 of these guys are black. It's not happening. MSNBC and CNN, they won't report on this. They won't talk about this. CBS and ABC, they're not going to talk about this. New York Times not going to report this. They don't care about it because they look different. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, we need to get right with God. You understand me? We need to make sure that we are right with God, man. What else? Let me see here. I'm pulling up this website. 666. Somebody else. It's 666 people on the live stream right now. We need to fix that. Yeah, we need to fix that. I don't like that at all. Not one bit. All right, guys. So we went for 2 hours. That's a long time. Thank y'all so much again for joining me on the morning Vantage. I really appreciate it. This is episode 21. Don't forget, let me know what you think about the show, how we can do better, things that you don't like. If you're cool with the time that it comes on, the length of it, all those things. I'm trying to create a show that you all will love and look forward to watching and being a part of. You know what I mean? And if I'm going over the top with my commentary, you let me know that as well. I will say though, your 2 pennies is just to let me know where I can improve and what holes are there inside the live stream, so that I can make certain corrections. All right. But yeah. Also, if you're a content creator and you're looking for some type of guidance, let me tell you something. My YouTube course will help you. So make sure you grab it. It's in the description, very first link. And all I'm doing is trying to show people how to do this content creation thing. I do it full time, have been doing it full time for the last 3 years. And I was waiting until I hit 1 million subscribers and made a collective of $1 million on YouTube before I said, you know what, Van, you can finally show other people how to do it. And now we're here showing people how to do it. We have a private Facebook group with more than 100 people in it. We have private group calls all the time, 3 days a week. And we have some amazing people who show up to these group calls. Also, we have VIP, and we just now signed 2 VIPs in the last week, one over the weekend and one at the end of last week. So we're doing some amazing things. I would love to work with you, love to help you figure this thing out. And I'm just going to let you know, if you do YouTube properly, if you do content creation properly, it can replace your current career. Okay? Just letting you know, if you do it properly, it can replace your current career. If you need any help with anything, get our YouTube course and y'all let me know what's up. All right. Thank you again for joining me, guys. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. And shout out to Treebeard, who's always so helpful, man. I appreciate you, my brother. And shout out to Vash. Where's Vash been? Somebody go get Vash and make sure that he pull up next time. I want to see him. I haven't seen him on this joint in a minute. Somebody make sure they get Vash and tell him I'm looking for him, because he's the reason why I'm even working with Treebeard right now. All right. So shout out to you guys. And love y'all. And I will see my crew inside of the 11:30. Do we have an 11:30 call today? I believe we do. So I'll see my crew in the 11:30 call today. Love y'all. See you next time. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.